All right, welcome back to the Frith Guild podcast. I'm your host, Eric.
And the co-host, Scott.
And today we're going over something different than just our regular 5 chapters at a time. Today we're going over the first few pages that Shami has put out for Knightmare Arcanist, the comic. And this is something that is absolutely amazing looking, and I'm so excited to look at a little bit more in depth. All right, starting with the first couple pages here, I love how there's just some quick backstory, the bell's ringing, some kids playing dressed up as what looks like phoenixes. People are getting ready in the streets there.
It's this great style, and it gets right into a lot of the backstory just around the Gravediggers, the Phoenix, almost the Trial of Worth within just a few panels here.
Right, and even though it's kind of roughed out, it still looks really amazing, and I love how comics, they bring things out different ways than what a regular book or a movie or anything like that would be.
Yeah, specifically, it caught me off guard. They talk about the hair over her scars a lot, but it was just one of those things where it's so much different to see it rather than to just kind of picture her just kind of like sulking her head a little bit. It's just this kind of constant reminder that, she must have as well of what she's been through.
Right. And, we're seeing Volk digging a grave and seeing tombstones in the background just as a reminder that we are in a graveyard, and Ilya is sitting against one. And like you're saying with her hair, I always thought she had a little bit longer hair, but maybe I could have been, obviously.
That's how I pictured it as well. So, which is one of those crazy things, seeing it come to life, and how Shami pictured it versus how we pictured it.
Right. So, I like to see this kind of thing, especially because obviously she has a huge role in this, in as far as the design of the comics and everything, and the illustrations. She's the one, the author, giving this is my ideas, and actually having somebody put it to fruition and giving it a shape rather than just our imaginations of what it is. So in this panel, we're seeing that Ilya is basically talking to Volk, telling him that, hey, there's only 2 phoenixes, and they've already chosen the 2 favorites for it, so he's not really sure why he wants to go.
A good look into his, determination and willpower right from the get-go.
And the fact that he's still working, he's still digging, trying to continue what he's doing. And then, we have this panel here showing Ilya's face with her hair out of the way. I'm not sure what I imagined when it came to her face, particularly with the scars and everything like that. But again, I really love the illustration with how, and again, even roughed in it is, it feels right,
It does. It's very well fitting. That's one of the ones where it's like, yeah, this is kind of how I pictured it, and I love seeing it come to life.
Absolutely. And I know Shami is probably stoked, super excited about this coming out. So, and here we have another few panels just kind of roughed in. Ilya's telling him how there's easier ways to embarrass himself. And in the distance, the bells are ringing and folks getting going, and Ilya's making sure she keeps her hair in place as the wind blows so that her scars aren't shown. And even with her, the way that she's holding her head, keeping her hair in place. And then Volk rushing off to get dressed and ready for the ceremony, and the panel that he's got his hair nice and combed, and then poof, back out to its normal place.
That instant bedhead.
Right. No matter how much effort he puts in. I guess they probably didn't hear of palm or clay or anything like that to put any product in your hair,
No, they had nothing back then.
And then here's our first look at the pillar, and again, 120 feet tall, and that's just straight up in the air. That's not looking at the circumference of it. That's not looking at everything else that's sitting on top of it. That's literally just the size of the pillar, 120 steps.
Massive.
And I love the just the little things, you know, the kids wearing Phoenix decor or Phoenix attire to celebrate this day. And getting into town square where all of the people are, and freaking stupid schoolmaster times.
We do get a nice first look at the Phoenixes, though.
Yes, I love seeing these. Every time that they mention that they're herons, you know, they're shaped like herons with like peacock feathers. It just never clicked in my head exactly the way it would have, and I guess Harry Potter probably ruined what phoenixes look like to me, because you know that's what I grew up, you know, with. So
I'm excited to see it in color, though, especially with, you know, like you said, the peacock colors, some bright plumage going on as well. It's going to look really good.
Oh my gosh, yes, and like the way that they're, I don't know if they're how well they'll be able to catch the way that their like inner body glows. And then here we see the first look of Zaxxas and Addie. And again, just that wasn't 100% sure what I was expecting from seeing what Zaxxas and Addie would look like, but again, it just feels right.
It does, and same the celebration, to seeing that come to life as well. Everybody cheering for you, pretty much a whole town where you know everybody there, and they're standing and chanting their name, and you can really see that excitement on Zaxxas, especially living in the limelight. Surprise, surprise.
Even, like, however the artist did this, right? Like, I don't know how the artist did it, but his face, like, it exudes confidence and cockiness that is Zaxxas Wren. And we see Volk in the distance, and there's the phoenixes again. And then talking through the how the trial works, going through the archway to basically be a part of it. And then getting this top-down view from the top of the pillar, the spiral staircase down. And this is right before Volk hops up on the stage. Like I said, just this is exactly how I imagined it, with the platform to the pillar, and then having the kind of like courtyard, the area in front of it, around with the town around the pillar.
And the sheer determination in his face as he makes his way on, that I am going to be an Arcanist.
Right. Like, just shoot. I didn't think 2 lines and 2 dots.
It goes so far.
Right.
I'm sitting here like, I can barely draw a stick figure in somehow.
Exactly. Shoot. And then looking at Volk rushing the stage, getting up on top, and imagine here's somebody trying to grab him to keep him, and Tim's. And then Zaxxas and Addie, and he just rushes past them. Yeah, I'm beyond stoked to see, and I love this very last panel here where, you know, he's running up the steps. He's got Zaxxas about to take off behind him, and Addie's just standing there, you know, ready to start her ascent. And again, I'm blown away with this.
I am as well, and I have to say he looks absolutely buff in that last picture.
Just how square his chest is. Oh yeah, but I mean, Volk's never been like a scrawny guy. You know, he's always
Oh, he's digging.
Right? Well, he's taller than everybody else in this area, and so
He is, yeah.
he's the tallest person on the island.
And he's
I
putting
think,
in
other than William.
yeah, and he's putting in
So
manual labor.
This is a great first look into it. Oh,
no. Go ahead.
I say this is just a great first look at the first few panels of Knightmare Arcanist, and yeah, you're absolutely right. You putting that work in with the shovel there. Soon he's gonna be saying, "I'm tired of digging, Grandpa." Super excited for this. So glad that Shami shared this with us and asked us to take a look at it. Super excited and happy. By no means is she paying us or telling us to say anything specific about this. Just asked us what we thought about it, and I don't know. I'm so excited for this.
I'm very excited as well. It's always great to see it come to life and actually be able to compare it to what I pictured and live through it a little bit more than you do in a book.
Exactly. So, but well, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little update video, or however you want to call this, and we'll be posting this. And by the time this is posted, you probably should be almost done with Coliseum Arcanist, getting ready to get into our interview with John Stovall. So be looking out for that one as well. All right. And Scott, do you have anything else you wanted to add today?
I'm just so excited to see this come to life. So it cannot come soon enough.